It's time, boys and girls, pucker up, close every orifice of your body because the WoW news is about to come. We got things to talk about. We got DPS charts with new updates. We got interesting new trading post items. We got some new mountable things going on, a bunch of stuff. Maybe the reveal of 11.1 release date. Let's do it. Darkmoon Faire returns, that's right, so the Darkmoon Faire is here, which means, of course, that, you know, you can get that double up XP bonus, get the XP bonus and reputation bonus on top of the anniversary bonus. That all stacks, so if you want to do that, go ride a ride and get that shit done. You can also get some interesting profession stuff, you know, level up your professions a little bit more with some of the professions quests that are available down there. If you want to do that, go ahead and do it. Oh my god, your dicks are gone, your dicks are gone, that's it, it's time. This is the week, boys and girls. This Friday, the big black long boy giveaway is ending. That's right, I'm going to announce the winner this Friday. How do you win? All you got to do is enter the stream. Watch 1 hour of this shitty stream. You will get 1 point to enter into the giveaway. Every hour beyond that is another point to enter. You guys know what to do. Get in here, watch this shitty stream, enter the giveaway, and Friday, the winner will be announced. Plunderstorm dates have been changed. This is interesting because what this essentially means is we might know the date for 11.1 now. So from January 14th to February 18th, there are now the new dates for Plunderstorm. And if we look at the calendar, of course, we know that Plunderstorm is going to end with 11.1 going live. Now, it overlaps a little bit here. That might just be an artistic choice. Who knows? But at a minimum now, we know that 11.1 should be dropping by February 18th, which would be a pretty damn nice thing. I think February 18th would be a good time for it. You know, we come back from the new year and the holidays and everything, and then 1 month later, we're essentially getting a completely new patch, new raid, and everything else, which is exciting. That also means you better get yourself AOTC before that, because seasons will end and everything just before that date, and you won't have your shot at getting it anymore. Moving on to some other interesting stuff here. What do we got? Blizzard bans Mythic Plus players. That's right, you piece of shit grievers. You assholes. You content little cuckfuckers who've been leaving these Mythic Pluses, leaving people high and dry. I've said it before, I'm a tank. Right? I play my blood DK, and I'll ride a Mythic Plus out until that shit is raw dogged. Because I feel bad for people. I understand that, you know, Greg from accounting, you know, this is his only chance to get on during the day. Maybe Steve, who's got an abusive wife and just wants to escape from the world, finally gets into the game and wants to run a quick Mythic Plus. And then what happens? People leave. Somebody doesn't get the timer done, and somebody leaves. It's not going to help my IO, so I'm ditching. Assholes, basically. Complete and utter assholes, and I'm glad them grievers and leavers have been banned. That's right. Blizzard laying the ban hammer while we are over the holidays. Happy Thanksgiving to those assholes. They got banned. And I actually hope they continue to do shit like this, because I can't stand this when a group gets filled, people wait for this shit to happen, and then somebody shows up and runs the group. Yeah, he bitches and hits his wife. I don't want that guy to finish the dungeon. I hope that guy gets freaking screwed over. But for other people, honestly, we're all adults out here. A lot of us got a lot of shit going on in our lives, and it's nice to be able to get into a Mythic Plus when you got maybe 30 to 40 minutes and actually get that shit done without somebody leaving and completely ruining the experience for everybody else. So this was a nice little piece of news here that dropped while I was gone. Jani's mount, or Jani's mount, I don't know what you want to call it, but this thing is actually not a mount. You guys remember when I first saw these images? It is a mount, in fact, but it's a transformational mount. I thought that this was weird that this had no saddle. And remember I was talking about how I'm going to ride this thing bareback? Well, evidently I'm not, because this thing is actually a transformational mount. This thing transforms you into the mount, and I thought it was going to be a completely different mount. This is what it looks like now. It's on the PTR. Let's check this thing out. It actually has a little voice, too, when it gets summoned. Yeah, that's kind of nice. It holds the weapon, too. It looks kind of janky with the weapon between the fingers, but that is how it currently looks. So if you're into the game and you're playing and you unlock this mount, how do you unlock it? You might ask. You get the Farewell to Arms. It is a BFA achievement. You got to go back and do all the BFA stuff, and when you get it, you will get this little transformative mount. Yeah, it's different. It's cool. The way it holds the weapons, as I said, looks kind of janky, but it's also kind of fun. It's dual wielding here. That's freaking hilarious. It's also kind of funny. So you can go out there, get this thing done. These achievements, a lot of them have been made easier to get to, at least soloable in that term. So you can go and get this at a decent clip. It shouldn't be too hard to get. Just get these things, you know, achieved. Earning the Crown of the Violet Rose, something that you can do by simply streaming through Discord for 15 minutes. If you never streamed through Discord before, there's a little go live button. It's pretty easy to do. You don't have to stream to anybody. You can literally be in your own Discord doing absolutely. You can be jerking off on the side and then streaming WoW. Don't put your cam on if you're jerking off. That's no, don't do that. But all you have to do is have it on for 15 minutes, and you can glitch your little crown here. So this is a nice little crown. I actually got the pet back when this was available. This was the last time they did this. Was for the Parak Pep or whatever his name is. I got that. I'll probably do this again. You know, just a quick 15-minute little show on Discord, and you can get yourself that little violet crown. Easy to get. The Sky Witch pack is now available on the Battle.net shop. Now, I'm not a Battle.net shop guy, but I still report on this stuff, so here it is. Yes, the Sky Witch pack will include the little costume here, along with the doggy boy. A furry's, fantasy, of course. They can dress up like their furry pet and ride on its back as well. So there you go. It's a flying mount. If you want it, you can get it for, what is it, $30, I think? Yeah, 30 Americano dollars. $30 gets you the transmog with the rideable pet. So enjoy that. Timewalking rewards. We've been talking about them as they've been coming out. New Timewalking rewards for all the Timewalking things. And we finally have the Wrath of the Lich King Timewalking items. The new ones, the updated ones. This is pretty cool. We got a flying carpet. We got the Spectre pet. Or should I say freaking horse. Wolf pet riding thing. We have a bunch of transmogs as well. You can get at any of these transmogs. These are pretty nice looking. We got the 2 tabards here. And then the weapons. Honestly, Wrath of the Lich King, these are some of the best weapons and shields I've seen updated, looking good. Man, some of these look really fit some good transmogs if you're into that. Obviously, getting these things, you're going to use your Time Warp badges. Man, the Shield of Lordaeron, this is absolutely beautiful. You can get these things by using your Time Warp badges. A lot of people have used a lot of their Time Warp badges in the recent events, with all the anniversary stuff going on. Obviously, this is something else you can use them for. Grinding out those badges isn't too hard. Just go ahead and get them, and you should be able to get all these items fairly easily, I think. Moving on to the trading post, December's trading post, it's a disappointment. I'll be honest, it's a disappointment. I'm going to tell you why. But first off, you got some things coming back. Of course, you got every single trading post has to appeal to furries in some way at this point. So yes, they're bringing back the Valentine's Day stuff. You can go ahead and buy some of that. We got a few other things, a crown, some butterfly wings. Okay, some earmuffs. These are not bad. Actually, these are kind of cool. And then all the Christmas stuff. Now, this I like. This is what I wanted to see, right? I wanted to see very well-themed holiday Christmas stuff. This is cool. This from the trading post is good. You know what's not good? The fucking end of trading post item. Why? Why, Blizzard? Why are you giving us a Murloc onesie for the holiday trading post? This is the end of the... We should have gotten like some kind of Santa sleigh mount. What is this shit? I really wanted a Santa sleigh mount. I thought we were going to get one. For some reason, I had it in my heart and in my head that it was going to happen. And we're not getting it. We're getting a fucking Murloc onesie at the end of the trading post. It's a miss. It's not a good one. I'm not excited to get it. I don't give a shit if I get it. They've had like 3 different color variants of these at this point. So it is what it is. We're not getting the Santa sleigh this year. Maybe next year. At least Rudolph. Jeez, I mean, what is this? Anyways, moving on to the DPS charts. This is important, okay? This is important because things have changed. If you remember, on the week of November 26th, a bunch of changes went live for all the different DPS classes, right? Everyone got updates to their charts and everything else, and now their DPS rankings are going to look. So now we're going to delve into what is the residual effect, the leftover effect now from these changes, and here it is, Shamans are king. We already knew this. Shamans are king of this expansion. Shamans have been doing great. They've been having a good time, and the times are only getting better. So this is overall damage. Enhancement Shaman at the top. There was actually a little bit of a nerf to Enhancement Shaman, and they're still at the top, which I said they would be. When everyone was worried about it, I told you guys, don't worry. They're so far ahead, they're still going to be number 1. So yeah, here it is. Enhancement Shaman at the top, Elemental just behind them, and then you got Sub-Titty and Outlaw Rogue. Outlaw and Sub-Titty have been good. Rogues in general have been doing much, much better towards the end of this expansion here. So that's pretty nice to see. I should say towards the end of the season here. Survival Hunter also been doing really good. Frost Mage got buffed out the ass, and it looks like it worked for them. Fury Warrior, or should I say Furry Warrior, Destruction Warlock, Ass Rogue, Fire Mage, Retribution Paladin, rounding out the top boys there. At the bottom here, we got Augmentation Evoker, Affliction Warlock. I don't know what's going on with... And Destro Warlock's doing much better now, so that's good. Warlocks were in a tough place where like all 3 of their specs were in the bottom half for a little while there. Looks like Destro at least is doing it better now. Unholy DK and Frost DK, wow, sitting here near the bottom. But this is overall, I think they're doing a little bit better on single target. We'll check that out in a second here. Marksmanship Hunter, Arcane Mage. You know, that's the round out of the bottom. Let's see single target, what it looks like here. I lied. Unholy and Frost are still here at the bottom. Jeez. Got nerfed into the dick farm. Oh my god. Okay, well, anyways, Ass and Sub Titty are now number 1. Look at that. Top DPS, Rogue's doing great, single target damage is absolutely glorious. Arms Warrior, Beast Mastery Hunter, Outlaw Rogue, Survival Hunter, Arcane Mage, Feral Druid. Wow. The Feral Druid has risen from the grave. Look at that. The Feral Druid changes actually went through and helped them a lot. Look at that. They're in the top, what is this, top 10 now, so that's looking really good for them. Enhancement Shaman, overall doing really good. Single target, still not bad. We got Elemental Shaman down here, Destro, Warlock, Frostmage, Retribution Paladin, all rounding out the top boys there. Furry Warrior, not so good. Okay, single target is just not their thing. They're really an AoE class, so there you go. Havoc, Demon Hunter, Augmentation, Frost, and Unholy rounding out the bottoms there. Let's see, after these changes, who the biggest movers up and down were. Let's check this out real quick. Biggest mover up, Fire Mage, up 15 spots. Damn, that's huge. That's a big freaking jump. What's up, Twig? That's a huge, or Tundra Freeze, that's a huge freaking move up, I should say. So, good for them. The second biggest mover up was Windwalker Monk. They got a lot of love, too, with those buffs and everything, so that's looking good. Let's see who got the Nerf Hammer. Biggest mover down, looks like it's Demonology Warlock, 6 spots down. Shadow Priest, 5 spots down. Balanced Druid, 5 spots down. So those are your biggest movers down. A lot of rebalancing going on with the last moves and everything else. As I said, Enhancement got a bit of a nerf and still number 1 overall damage. So that's good. We'll have to see how these things pan out going forward. We know a bunch of other stuff's coming out, 11.0.7. Of course, there'll be some rebalancing going on during that patch, heading into 11.1, which will be a completely new season, big patch, everything else. But for now, that is all in terms of news.